Story title, The Intersection of Paths. Chapter 1, The Unexpected Email. Emily Carson's life was a meticulous routine. At 34, she had built a career as a project manager at one of the city's most renowned advertising agencies. Her days began with early morning runs, carefully prepared breakfast, and a subway ride filled with noise-canceling headphones and self-help audiobooks. But this Tuesday morning was different. As Emily opened her inbox, sandwiched between a client briefing and an update from HR, an unexpected email greeted her. Subject: Opportunity and Reflection. It was from Alex Harper, her best friend from college, now a sustainability entrepreneur. The email invited Emily to join him in co-founding a new initiative, a community-based startup focused on environmentally conscious urban living. Emily stared at the screen. She hadn't spoken to Alex in 2 years. Memories of their shared dreams resurfaced. The late-night discussions in their dorm room, fueled by idealism and instant noodles. But that was a lifetime ago. Emily's career was stable. Her apartment was cozy and her life, though predictable, was safe. Chapter 2, Stirring the Past. That evening, Emily met her closest friend, Priya, for dinner. Over a spread of tapas, she brought up Alex's email. "Isn't this what you used to dream about?" Priya asked, swirling her wine glass. "Yes, but dreams evolve," Emily replied. "I've worked too hard to gamble everything now." "Or you worked hard enough to have the luxury to gamble," Priya countered with a knowing smile. Emily went home unsettled. The notion of change lingered. Her safe world felt oddly claustrophobic. Chapter 3, New Beginnings. After weeks of deliberation, Emily decided to meet Alex. They reconnected at a small cafe on the city's edge, where they once used to plan their utopia. Alex was as she remembered, intense, with a knack for weaving optimism into practicality. He outlined his vision: eco-friendly co-housing communities with shared resources and zero waste. He needed Emily's organizational expertise to bring structure to the chaos of startup life. As Alex spoke, Emily felt a spark she hadn't felt in years, a sense of purpose that her corporate achievements never fully ignited. Yet, doubts plagued her. Would leaving her steady job be irresponsible? "Think about it, Em," Alex said as they parted. "It's not about taking a leap of faith. It's about walking toward the future you want." Chapter 4, Navigating the Crossroads. Back at her office, Emily struggled to focus. Her manager, Alan, noticed her distraction and called her in for a talk. "You're one of our best," Alan said. "We're considering you for the regional director position next quarter." The promotion was a validation she had always wanted, but the timing was cruel. At home, she listed the pros and cons of staying versus leaving, yet the answers eluded her. She decided to consult her parents. Her mother supported her. "If you don't try now, you'll always wonder what could have been." Her father was more skeptical. Careers are built on consistency, not whims. Emily left their house feeling both encouraged and confused. Chapter 5, The Moral Dilemma. Emily eventually accepted Alex's offer, but not before facing a moral dilemma at work. Alan assigned her a high-profile campaign for a fast fashion giant. She knew the brand's practices were environmentally harmful, contradicting the values she was about to champion. Should she see the project through and leave with her reputation intact? Or should she step away immediately, potentially burning bridges? After sleepless nights, Emily chose the latter. She resigned from her position with a heavy but resolute heart. Chapter 6. Building the Dream. The transition to startup life was anything but smooth. Budgets were tight, hours were long, and Alex's relentless idealism clashed with Emily's practical approach. One evening, after a particularly heated argument, Emily blurted, "Maybe this was a mistake." Alex paused, then quietly replied, "Mistakes are part of building something real, Emily. The question is, do you believe in this?" She did. Despite the challenges, the work felt meaningful. They secured their first investor, launched a pilot project, and began gaining traction. Chapter 7. Loss and Growth. Months later, just as things were looking up, Emily received devastating news. Her father had passed away unexpectedly. The loss left her grappling with guilt for not spending more time with him and questioning the sacrifices she'd made for her career and now this startup. At the funeral, her mother hugged her tightly. "Your father was proud of you, Emily. He might not have said it often, but he admired your courage." The words gave Emily the strength to continue, but she promised herself to value her relationships as much as her ambitions. Chapter 8. The Intersection. 2 years later, Emily stood at the opening ceremony of their first fully operational eco-village. She had grown not just professionally but personally, learning to navigate conflict, balance ambition with compassion, and embrace uncertainty. As she addressed the crowd, her eyes met Priya's and her mother's, both cheering her on. Even Alan had come, surprising her with his support. The journey had been unpredictable, but standing there, Emily realized something profound. Life isn't about avoiding crossroads, but about choosing the paths that make you come alive.